We got ourselves another Shookga video. This is BTS speak up about Asian hate. Oh, my bad. BTS speak up about anti-Asian hate and the racism they face. Y'all already know how I feel. Y'all already know how I feel about racism. Fuck racists, okay? Y'all already know how I feel. So, but I do want to hear what do they say? Like what do they think about this anti-Asian hate stuff and all the racism? I know how I have an idea of what they would say, but I just want to hear it again. You know what I'm saying? Fuck racists.
Yesterday, BTS tweeted on their official Twitter account, addressing about anti-Asian hate crime and the racism that they faced throughout their career. They send their deepest condolences to those who have lost their loved ones, that they feel grief and anger. They recall moments when they faced discrimination as Asians, enduring expletives without reason, and were mocked for the way they look. They were even asked why Asians spoke in English. They cannot put into words the pain of becoming the subject of hatred and violence for such a reason. Their own experiences are inconsequential compared to events that have occurred over the past few weeks, but these experiences were enough to make them feel powerless and chip away their self-esteem. What is happening right now cannot be dissociated from their identity as Asians. It required considerable time for them to discuss this carefully, and they contemplated deeply on how they should voice their message. But what their voice must convey is clear. They stand against racial discrimination. They condemn violence. You, I, and we all have a right to be respected, and we will stand together.
One thing that I don't understand. Okay, well, first of all, this right here is some real gangster shit. I love this so much. When they donated 1 million to BLM and then armies matched it. I love that so much. But what I was about to say is like, I feel like this version of human nature, I'm not gonna say human nature because you aren't racist from, you know what I'm saying? You're not inherently racist. Racism is taught. That's what I believe. I could be wrong, but I don't know. But I feel like this is like some thing that is like plaguing humanity. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, because, you know, racism is everywhere, but it's just like to a different degree. And it's just like, this is something that you can't understand. Like, obviously you would think like, why are people racist? Like, what's the point of being racist? Like, what's the point of being an evil person? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you literally gain nothing from being an evil person. Even if you think you may gain something in like the moment, karma is a bitch. And karma is an army. And karma will bite you in the ass. It will take a chunk out of your ass. And I know some of y'all, I know y'all love y'all ass. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know what it is. Like I can't understand it. I really can't. I just can't understand it. I feel it's like it's one of those things that you just aren't supposed to understand, but it's like it's fucked up regardless. So I say like fuck racists and all that, and fuck teaching people. Like why would you teach them? I don't understand. Why would you teach somebody to be like, bro? Like what the fuck, bro?
It isn't the first time.
Like, people real life teach people to be racist. Like, you literally can use that power to teach somebody to be good. Like, that don't make no damn sense. Like, that don't make no sense. Like, I feel like it takes power to be ignorant too. It takes some form of brain power to be ignorant, to be willfully ignorant. It takes power. So use that same power to be a good person. Like, obviously, I want everything to be perfect, but I know things aren't supposed to be perfect. So it's just like, this is a fight that I feel like we're all gonna fight forever. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like it is, but I'm still hopeful. But I know how things, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's just like it's just something that I just can't wrap my head around.
Time for BTS to talk about racial discrimination. On June 2020, BTS tweeted.
This is a day after my birthday, by the way. It's no correlation to what's happening, but June 4th, my birthday's June 3rd, if anybody cared. You know what I'm saying?
About their support for Black Lives Matter, and they also donated $1 million to further support the movement. But this is the first time BTS addressed the discrimination they faced themselves. The key point of their message was sharing experiences about racism, while also acknowledging that there are more people out there who might face even more severe hate crime and discrimination because of their race. It is extremely brave for them to share their experiences with us, and it means a lot for Asian community for BTS to speak up about this too.
And it's actually inspiring how much they take the high road when it comes to stuff like this. Because me, I know I feel like I'm a alright person. I'm more zen than other people, but it's just like sometimes I feel like just lashing out, it makes me feel good. You know what I'm saying? In terms of like people doing bad against me and being racist, like it's just like, fight fire with fire is not good, but I'm just like, I don't know, man. Shout out to them. They're very inspiring for actually taking the high road every time that they face it. Because if you poke a bear, when it comes to me, if you poke a bear, I'll bite the shit out you.
Discrimination against Asians has been
happy belated
ago,
birthday.
but recently, there's a huge rise in anti-Asian hate crime since the pandemic began. Every exposure about this is a good thing, and will help a lot of people, and help spreading the movement against anti-Asian hate crime and discrimination. It is never late to speak up about racism, so please do not talk like this, especially in this case.
Nigga, they're always busy. What are you talking about? They're always busy. That's why they're late. They're literally busy with every little thing they do. Calm down, dog. Calm down, bud. Relax, bud.
Is also one of the victims.
I'm sorry, not everybody is early to everything like you. People do have like obligations that they got to get to. Not everybody's on Twitter every damn day being updated. Like I be late with a lot of stuff. And it's just like, I mean, I'm here though. Like, fuck, nigga, what? Shut up. What?
You cannot force the victim
Happy birthday, Mom.
to speak up about it.
Well, happy birthday to your mom.
And traumatic.
She's all of our moms.
But BTS did speak up about this, and there's nothing to criticize about. All you need to do is listen and support the movement.
Real shit. You won't die you'll die because of me. I kill you with kindness, nigga. Real shit.
For as long as it exists,
I hate that.
COVID-19 has been advertised as Chinese virus, and this affects so many Asians, especially East Asian people, including BTS. And before you start arguing about where COVID-19 originated from, it still isn't right to call a disease with its geographic locations. Since 2015, WHO changed its rules for naming new human infectious diseases. In recent years, several new human infectious diseases have emerged. The use of names such as swine flu and Middle East respiratory syndrome has had unintended negative impacts by stigmatizing certain communities or economic sectors.
I didn't know that. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know that swine flu was like, I guess I'm not gonna say derogatory. I didn't know it had a negative effect. I just thought it was the name of what it is. Like I remember when swine flu came out. And people told me they just showed pictures of pigs, and I didn't. First of all, I was a youngin', so I didn't know. But I didn't know that.
This may seem like a trivial issue to some, but disease names really do matter to the people who are directly affected. We've seen certain disease names provoke a backlash against members of particular religious or ethnic communities, create unjustified barriers to travel, commerce and trade, and trigger needless slaughtering of food animals. This can have serious consequences for people's lives and livelihoods. So now it should be avoided to include geographic locations, species of animal or food, cultural, population, industry or occupational references, and terms that incite undue fear when naming a disease.
I feel like when a virus or a flu or something comes out and it affects the whole world, I feel like it would be nice to drop the name of, like, say Spanish flu, for example. If it affects the whole world, then call it something else. I would say that in terms of this climate that we in right now. That's what I would say.
If you still calling COVID-19 as Chinese virus, you should stop it.
That's crazy.
It is wrong and harmful for Asian community.
That's crazy.
Asians are getting assaulted,
oh my fucking God,
getting yelled at on the street,
bro,
and also told that they should go back to their own country, all because people think they are the ones who brought the virus to the country. So many people are making jokes about coronavirus, comparing Asians to COVID-19, and making it seems like Asian people are equals to the virus, saying things that are clearly racist, and brushed it off as dark jokes, acting as if it's not wrong and completely okay to make fun of Asians, and accuse them as people who brought coronavirus, just because of their race, how they look, and where they are from. BTS themselves has been experiencing racism since they started their journey in the US. People are making fun of their face, making fun of how they look, making fun of their language, making fun of their English, questioning why so many people could listen to Korean song when they can't understand what it means.
Bruh, it's not rocket science, bro. It literally is not rocket science. If you listen to something, like I don't hear this type of rhetoric for people who watch anime. I don't hear people saying that. Like an anime, I'm not gonna say a lot because I don't know that many people who watch anime, but like some people like to watch anime subtitled, and I don't hear people saying nothing about that. So what's the problem? What's the problem with at least all you have to do is turn on the subtitles on the K-pop songs. It's not that fucking hard, dude. Like what the? They just be talking out their ass.
As if translations didn't exist. As if we should not consume anything that isn't our mother language. The racism against them is often overlooked because it might seem innocent and often excused, again, as a joke. As simple as making fun of their English pronunciation or making fun of their Korean names. Mocking people who are less proficient in a second language is not okay.
Especially if they have the ability to sound better than you when they actually learn the language. And now you look stupid because they literally can speak better than you. Like, what?
Especially if you are white and living in English-speaking country and never learns to speak another language because you've been speaking English for your whole life. What do you know about learning a second or third language to communicate with people from other countries?
Like that is literally a superpower. That is literally a superpower, and people just be bashing it, bro. Like, I would never understand.
You don't know anything about it. You don't know how hard it is. So you might as well just shut up and stop making fun of someone's English. So many Asians or rather non-English speaking people were learning English by themselves. Namjoon is one of the example, and it is not easy at all. BTS themselves can speak so many languages besides Korean.
Yeah, like
they
what?
can speak Japanese, Chinese, and now they are learning to speak English.
And now they going crazy with the English too. That's 3 languages, yo. That's 3 languages, bro. That's 3 languages, bro.
It is so amazing to be able to speak multiple languages, and no one should be ridiculed for their effort to learn them.
Like who literally, I'm sorry for pausing a lot, but like who real life thinks they're cool for making fun of somebody who's trying? Nigga, it's not uncool to try. Like shout out to ASAP Rocky for what he said. He was like, I don't know what I'm paraphrasing, but he said something like, when was it not cool to try? You're literally trying. Like, why would you make fun of somebody for putting in effort in some shit? Like that don't make no sense. That makes no sense, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like what the ugh. I don't want to get mad, but damn.
Korean and stop making fun of their names. No more Jungkook or Jungle Book or anything else.
Oh,
if
Charlie
you can't
Puth said that? Oh,
their name
fuck.
correctly, you can learn about it instead of making fun of them.
Oh, I didn't know Charlie Puth said. Oh shit. Damn.
Mocking their Korean name is not okay. It isn't funny, and it is extremely offensive for Korean people. So you need to stop doing it. People also need to stop questioning about why people listen to Korean songs. I'm so tired of this, because some of us actually bothered to find out about the meaning of their songs. It is not that hard.
Yeah.
There are so many army translators out there, and my personal favorite is Dualset website.
Shout out to Dualset, actually. They saved my life.
They provided deeper context for deeper understanding about what their song means. You can also check Genius translations, so there really is no excuse for you to say.
And when you go on YouTube, when you sit there and enjoy the music, you can turn on captions. Captions, nigga, like captions. What do you do?
That you don't listen to Korean songs because you can't understand it. You're just lazy and xenophobic.
Just lazy.
Also, I find it really weird how Western media viewed K-pop as manufactured. including BTS. As if Western music industry is any different than that. One of journalists accused that BTS were not actually posting stuff on WeVerse by themselves, saying that it is controlled by the company, and blah blah blah, making it seems like
blah, blah,
BTS
blah.
are not a real person and just robots that controlled by Big Hit. We all know it is completely wrong, of course. Everything they posted on WeVerse is done by themselves,
Exactly.
not by anybody else.
Like if you turn, listen, to all the people who say such bullshit like that, go to WeVerse and follow them, or just go on WeVerse and turn your notifications on. You really think the Big Hit staff is literally up at 4 a.m. typing stuff, just having fun? You really think that? Really? Really? Come on, bro.
They are not robots. They are real people. I also didn't forget how Billboard wrote a whole essay explaining why Dynamite can charted as #1 on Billboard Hot 100, which undervalued the impact and the success of Dynamite and BTS. They only wrote this kind of thing for BTS. They never ever did it for anybody else, which is really suspicious. Billboard also said Life Goes On dipped from #1, which very different with how they announced other songs free fall from the chart normally. It is extremely unprofessional. Not only Billboard, when BTS lose the Grammy, the media were so focusing on that. So many of them wrote articles about how BTS failed to get it.
I feel like, honestly, I just feel like they just trying to get clicked. They just trying to get clicks because they know that's what's gonna happen when you talk down on BTS. That's obviously the formula. That's the meta. Talk shit about BTS, you get clicks. I don't know why people use that formula. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I feel like within the last year, I've gotten so much support from literally loving BTS, accepting them, being supportive, being positive. Nigga, positivity obviously wins in the end. But people still use bullshit tactics to try and get clicks. And I guess not care that the shit is going to backfire. It's just what? I'm not going to say use me as an example. Bro, all you have to do is just not be lazy and put in the work. You know what I'm saying? It's not that, bro, it's not that hard. In all honesty, it's not that hard showing love, bro. It don't cost a nigga nothing to show a nigga love, bro. Show a nigga love, dog. Show a nigga, it don't take nothing to show a nigga love, bro. Good God.
Forgetting about anyone else who also lose Grammy, but didn't get any single article about their lose.
Shout out to my friend Jalen. It don't cost nothing to show a nigga some love, bro. Oh my God.
We cannot forget this offensive sticker too, and how their apology were not addressing the main issue, which is racism, brushing it off as customers who are offended, which means they didn't acknowledge that sticker as encouragement to be violent against Asians. And lastly, we cannot forget about the people who were joking about BTS and coronavirus.
They're literally, look at these retweets. They literally do this shit just to get retweets. It's crazy how social media be making people say some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? This really means a lot to you. 1.2 million views, 70,000 favorites, whatever it's called. Nigga, you don't even get no money from this. What the fuck?
Comparing them to COVID-19, making jokes about them catching the virus, and so on. And now that BTS talking about the racism they faced, these people started to act like they cared, but really, they are the part of the problem too. I'm glad if they really mean it, and changed for good. I just hope they are not saying this.
Hold on, I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this a little bit. I absolutely condemn racism towards the Asian and Asian American communities. I understand that the tweet I retweeted offended many, and I am sorry for platforming something interpreted as racially insensitive. I feel terrible for this. I promise to do better in the future. Thank you for holding me accountable. You're making the world better. And it says, Phineas retweeted racist tweet about BTS and coronavirus. And Tamar, whatever your name is, the more I reread BTS's statement, the more my heart hurts. They're one of the biggest acts in the world and still face the most basest of hate. The average person has no fighting chance as long as things are allowed to continue this way. Tamar accused BTS that we're not the one who actually managed the BTS and said people are bored of BTS and they need a new face of K-pop. Oh no. That's crazy. That's, you know what? I ain't got nothing to say to that, man.
Just because they see this movement as a trend and doing it as performative action. Stop making excuses about racism. Stop saying that it is just a dark joke. Racism is not a joke. You should never ever joke about racism. It affects real people. Joking about it just proves that you didn't care about Asians. So please stop it. Racism against BTS might be in smaller scale compared to the others, but it is still racism regardless, and it is still not okay.
It's not.
Educate yourselves about racism against Asians. I recommend watching this video. It's really informative and explained the racism deeply since the war. You can also donate to further support the community through GoFundMe and through other Asians who needs help and fund. Like BTS said, we should stand against racial discrimination and condemn violence. You, I, and we all have the right to be respected, and we will stand together. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and support me on Coffee.
Gotcha.
My armies.
Fuck racist. And that's all I gotta say to it. Fuck racist. Goddamn.